Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mogi Beth. Today I'm coming to you sans makeup with a BOLO shoe brand list. And shoes historically have been the best performing category in my Poshmark closet, so I am constantly trying to stay up to date with shoe brands that sell well and shoe brands to just be on the lookout for. So today's list of 10 shoe brands has a variety of different types of brands. Some I've been, picking up and selling for a very long time. Some I've never found. Some are kind of new to me, and some are very familiar to me. So I'm actually going to show you my screen while we look at these shoe brands, and maybe show you a little bit of the research involved that I do. Maybe show you a little bit of comps, what labels look like, and yeah, we're just gonna dive into it. I hope this is helpful for y'all. I've already created 2 other 10 BOLO shoe brand lists, so if y'all like this video, give me a thumbs up, comment down below, and I will make sure to make more in the future. So I'm going to record my screen and we are going to get started looking at these 10 shoe brands on Poshmark primarily. So the first shoe brand that I have on the list is called Vionic, and Vionic is probably the shoe brand that I have maybe sold most. Maybe Bionic and Kohan. I love Bionic. It's a orthotic shoe brand company. I own Vionic house shoes that I used to wear in my office in Wichita. So I am going to just show y'all Vionic, and so I'm just putting it in the Poshmark search here. They have orthotic shoes, but they're really cute. And so we're just gonna look at like availables, and it looks like they are around, the $40 to $80 range. But more importantly, we're gonna look at sold. So it looks like, 45, 64, 42, 20. Those are more house shoes. Yeah, looks like around the $40, $50 range a lot of times, which has definitely been the case for me in the past. I'm just going to show you kind of what their label looks like. It's this kind of gold. This is their definitely newer label, but it's got this gold and it's very minimalistic sans serif print. And their sandals don't do as well as their shoes, but that would be the case for almost any shoe brand. But definitely their shoes do well. You can sometimes find these shoes at TJ Maxx or Marshalls, and can do a little bit of retail arbitrage. Sometimes you can find them at Nordstrom Rack. So definitely stay on the lookout for these shoes. And they also sell on QVC, and so a lot of people who have foot issues like I do love these shoes, and they're really good shoes. So definitely know this brand. The next brand is called Ariat. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce it. Ariat or Ariat. Let me know down in the comments down below how to pronounce that. And they are kind of a Western shoe brand company. Their lace-up boots do really, really well. As you can see, they came up on the first search, but their cowboy boots do well too. Also, there are more kind of modern boots or booties do well as well. I currently have 1 pair of Ariat shoes, but I've sold a couple in the past that have done really well. As you can see, there's just a lot of Western boots. Let's look at solds. So yeah, they typically go, between $40 and maybe $90, which is a good spot, and they sell quickly. So I really like Ariat. I'll just go ahead and show you on my closet what ones I have sold. So I picked these up. These were pretty used. I mean, they were in pretty good condition, but they certainly had scuffs on the leather, on the suede or the leather, but they are just that prairie girl chic kind of look is definitely still in, and this style of boot definitely goes with that but right now I have, and then I had these, which are kind of more modern looking boots, and they were new at tag. They sold really quickly, and really, I think they sold like almost next day or something. I have a pair of sandals here that aren't doing that well, but I just listed these Western booties. And something to mention is that Unbridled is their kind of, you know, is a line within this brand, and so something definitely to keep in mind. But their Paddock lace-up boots seem to do really well. So if you see them and they're in like even just kind of good condition, they don't have to be they don't have to be perfect, and they certainly don't even have to be excellent, just good condition, pick them up. And the way you can recognize them is this little symbol right here. So here, let me see if I can, oh, perfect. Thank you, A Closet of Smiles. It is this kind of symbol with like the 3 kind of horseshoes. That's the way that you can find Ariat shoes. Okay, so the next brand on this list is Aquatalia. And Aquatalia is a Italian shoe brand. Their shoes, I think, range in like the $400 to $1,000 range. Definitely a brand to know because they do have a pretty good resale value. They've been around a good amount of time, and so some of the older styles don't do as well as the newer styles. So just something to keep in mind when you are picking them up, because that's definitely going to impact the resale value. This is the new logo. So if you find anything with this style of logo, they're going to be worth more, most likely, than if they have this older style logo, which looks more like this. Let's see, this here. And I recently found a pair of Aquatalia boots that have the old style logo, but they are so cute that I listed them pretty high. We will see how they do. And I just love that combat boot style though. So, and it's definitely on trend. So definitely a brand to know. Don't be afraid of it. I know like higher end brands sometimes are intimidating, but just do research and know this brand. And as you can see, their soles are a little bit all over the place, but that's just because it's a brand that's been around a really long time. The same goes for brands like Stuart Weitzman or Salvatore Ferragamo. Those can sell for a lot of money, but because they've just been around for so long, some of the older styles are just really saturated. The market is very saturated. So if you find especially a newer style, pick it up. And then if you find an older style, I would check comps maybe, unless you're okay with this selling for around the $20 range. But as you can see, some of these will go for up to, you know, $200, but some of them are selling for $20. So just something to keep in mind. Okay, I'm going to show you the website of this next brand, and I am not sure I know how to pronounce it. It's either Lock or L-O-Q. It is a new footwear brand that sells at places like Shopbop, and is created by 2 women, one from California, I believe, and one from India, who kind of met at design school, and their shoes are so cute. They have, right now they're doing this kind of circle heel, but in the past they've done this more kind of chunky heel here. I know about this brand only because I sold a pair, and they sold so fast. It's not even coming up. Here, let's see if I can find them here. They sold so fast and for such good money that I was like, okay, I need to know this brand. And they're so cute. Like, as soon as I found these shoes, I was looking for some for myself, and they sold for $120. And super, super cute shoes. I just really like this brand. And as you can see, they retail for a good amount of money as well. So the Poshmark market of LOQ or Loc, however you pronounce it, shoes is great. Oh, those are so cute. Since it's a newer brand, you know, it's might be more rare to find these, but definitely something to keep in mind in case you do come across these, or in case you come across a good retail arbitrage situation, or you stumble upon them on Facebook Marketplace, or even somewhere like ThredUp, where you know, ThredUp, their pricing is kind of all over the board, and so you can take advantage of that if you stay on top of certain searches. Even if this shoe brand may not pop up in your area, I definitely think the resale value is so high right now that it's something to just really stay informed on. And there just isn't that many available. So that's also why demand is so high. So the next brand is called Kork Ease, and I think y'all are gonna know this brand, but I was on Instagram doing a live shoe haul a few months ago, and I mentioned this brand, and a lot of y'all didn't know it, and then started tagging me that you were finding it. And so this is a brand that a lot of people can easily find in their thrift stores, and it does have a high resale value. And especially right now, their booties. If you find some Kork Ease booties, they'll sell really well. As you can see, like they have, I mean, they only retail for like $150, but they really maintain their resale value. And so, especially if they're in good condition. So, they're kind of known for these really lightweight, comfortable shoes, and I actually had a pair that I loved and wore to death. I had to get rid of them because they were so worn down, but they are so comfortable. And as you can see, they really everyone's listing them around, you know, no lower than like $40 up to maybe $85, $90. Let's look at solds real quick. There's a pair of 95, 79, 60, 55. So as you can see, they also sell for a good amount of money, and they sell pretty quickly too. So I really, really like this brand. If I can find it for a good price, like under $15, I usually will, and it's in good condition, I usually pick it up. Some of their styles are definitely cuter than others, and so if they have, you know, oh, those are so cute. If they have a cute style, then I definitely will pick it up as well. So next brand is a brand that I've never found, but I love. Freebird by Steven. For the longest time, I thought this was owned by Steve Madden for some reason. It's not. These are in such high demand, and I'm just going to show you their website as well, just so you can get a really clear picture of what these boots or what these shoes look like. But as you can see, they are super like distressed, Western, embellished, over the top type shoes. So cute. I love those ones. And they have retail stores and malls across the country. I went into one in Salt Lake City, and so they're pretty popular. And as you can see, they retail for around $200 to $300, but they really maintain their resale value because you can sell these for, you know, I mean, here's some of them are selling for $200. But let's look at solds real quick. Since I've never found them, I don't have firsthand experience about how they do. But yeah, as you can see, the first three are over $100. And yeah, they have a really, really good resale value. And I believe they do sell quickly. So here, I'll show you the tag. Let's find a pair that might. Okay, so I think this is the best one that I'm gonna get, but here is the label right there. It just has a bird on it, or an eagle. Freebird by Steven. But yeah, definitely one to know. In the thrift store, if you see these, they'll probably stand out a bit because they are so unique. Okay, so the next brand is Paul Green. And Paul Green is a shoe brand that's been around for a while, but he's still definitely worth knowing because some of his shoes will go for a lot of money. So here are two shoes that came up first that are basically kind of more of the newer style of shoes that they're selling. Here is what the logo looks like. Here, let me see if I can find a better picture. But because he's been around for a while, as you can tell, he has some definitely older style shoes that don't necessarily sell for as much. But if you can get a good recent style, especially booties right now, then it will sell for a good amount of money. His shoes sell at places like Nordstrom and Bloomingdale's and stuff like that. So they're definitely, they retail for a lot. And so the newer shoes definitely hold their resale value. Here is a really cute, oh, these are so cute. Okay, it's not wanting to help me out. But I would just, if you find a pair of Paul Green, definitely double check and look at the style, check comps in the store. If it looks like a newer, in excellent condition shoe, definitely pick it up. It can sell for over $100. If it looks for like an older style, that, like this is a good example, an older style that really isn't necessarily relevant anymore, then I wouldn't pick it up. But that is the problem with these BOLO brand lists, is that they hear these BOLO brands, so they just put it, you know, on a notes in their phone, and then when they run into it in the store, thrift store, they pick it up right away so they can mark it off their BOLO list. But a lot of times, not all of the styles within a certain brand are going to sell for a lot. So definitely just think, is this a type of shoe that someone today would want to buy? And the more you keep up to date with styles and trends and you know, fashion, the better off you're going to be in your thrift store purchase decisions. So overall though, I think Paul Green looks really good, especially the kind of newer styles. And I just picked up my first pair of Paul Green boots at the bins actually, and so I'm excited to see how they do. But you know, I wouldn't necessarily pick up any old pair of Paul Green, but definitely one to know of. Okay, the next brand is one I absolutely love. It's Loeffler Randall. This is a brand that is out of New York. It's started by women, and they are definitely really popular right now. They sell more than just shoes, but they're definitely known for their shoes. They sell purses as well. But their shoes really do maintain their value. They retail for, you know, a good amount of money, I think between like $250 and maybe $500. But because this is a brand that is in such high demand, it does tend to sell pretty well. I mean, I am seeing on here some that are just selling for $50, so retail arbitrage might be a little bit trickier depending on how saturated certain shoes are. But I think if you find them in the thrift store, you know, and they are priced at a reasonable price, then definitely pick them up, because they are really in high demand right now, and they are so dang cute. I'm obsessed. I want some Loeffler Randall shoes myself. Okay, so the next one is another female designer. Her name is Tabitha Simmons, and she actually just did a collab with Coach. But her shoes, I have sold one pair in my Poshmark closet, and then I have another pair that is currently listed. And her shoes are just so beautiful. Her shoes are sold at places like Shopbop and Revolve. That's not Tabitha Simmons, that's the Tabitha brand from Anthropologie. I think a lot of people are getting this wrong. But anyway, her shoes are absolutely gorgeous. And they do retail for a lot and they sell for a lot. So let's look at solds. As you can see, a lot of times they're selling for over $100. And hey, there are my shoes. These were like, I had them listed for I think $150 and someone offered me $70, which was a lot lower. But because these shoes were fairly unremarkable, I was willing to let them go. Whereas the other shoes I have by her are absolutely stunning, so, or at least in my opinion, so I'm definitely keeping them higher. But aren't those so freaking cute? I'm definitely going to sell them for more than $70. But anyway, a lot of times they can sell for, you know, $200 and something, and they're one of the kind of few brands that aren't, you know, Gucci or Chanel or Prada that really can sustain that much higher resale value. And so certainly one to know, and I think she's becoming more and more popular, and so you'll probably start seeing her more at the thrift store. And if not, definitely if you find a retail arbitrage situation, then do some research and look to see if they are a style of shoe that is selling for a lot currently. Okay, so the very last shoe brand on this list is one that y'all will probably know, and I love these shoes. I've owned several pairs myself. They are camper shoes. They don't sell for as much as they used to when I first started reselling, but they still sell for a good amount of money. And especially the cuter styles. Camper's been around for a while again, and so their styles range all over the place. But if you can find some camper shoes that are more recent and cute, then they will sell pretty well. They're going to sell more in kind of like the $30 to $60 range, but they will sell pretty quickly. And I find them here a lot in Portland, Oregon, and so I don't, if they're priced under $10, I usually will pick them up. And they're just one of those shoe brands that maybe won't garner like a ton of likes, but they will sell just really consistently and really like assuredly. I don't have to really worry about camper shoes. I have one currently listed in my Poshmark closet that are really cute actually, and I'm pretty sure are going to sell eventually, maybe around like the $35 range, $40 range, but I would be very happy with that. And I have a pair of boots as well that I'm about to list. But yeah, these shoes, they are just so freaking comfortable and they last for a really long time. And so and they're ones you're probably going to be more likely to find at your thrift store. So I would definitely just recommend knowing it. Don't expect like a huge resale value, but they sell very consistently and pretty quickly. So if you don't know camper shoes, definitely know them. All right, that is the 10 shoe brand BOLO list. As I explained in the beginning, they just range a lot in the type of price and type of style that these different shoe brands have, but I definitely think that shoes are worth doing your research for. Shoes are worth taking a little bit of risk for because they do sell much more quickly than other categories. And so just, you know, experimenting with different shoe brands and constantly staying up to date on as to what shoe brands are selling well is a really good idea. And I personally always go to the shoes very first thing when I get to the thrift store. So I want to start increasing the ratio of shoe to clothing in my Poshmark closet so that 50% of my Poshmark closet is shoes. The only downside to shoes is that they do take up more storage space, but they are easier to list. You don't have to steam and measure them. I typically don't pick up shoes that need a lot of cleanup. If I have to, I will clean the bottom of the shoes, but I don't, and I do have some leather cleaner from, I have both the Fry and the Dr. Martens one, and they both work great. But I don't like to pick up shoes that need a lot of work, but I love selling shoes. So I'll do more of these shoe brand BOLO lists in the past. Let me know down below if you found any of these shoes, what you think of them, if you disagree with me on whether or not some of these should be on the BOLO list, and which ones you're most excited to find. So I love y'all. I hope this was helpful. I am excited to share more of these in the future, and I will talk to you later. Okay, love y'all. Bye.